I can see the stars align.
Hey Lions, welcome back to another episode of Lionhearted Conversations in the Lion's Pride. For those of you who are new here, I'm your host, Precious Leone. I am a certified life coach and wellness enthusiast and the founder of the Lion's Pride, which is a safe space for us to learn, heal, and grow our mind, bodies, and souls so that we can be the best lions that we can be. If this is something you want to be a part of, go ahead and subscribe and turn on the notifications so that you don't miss any future videos. I have a lot to talk about today, so let's just go ahead and jump into it. Grab your tea, coffee, whatever you prefer to drink, and let's get into it. Lions, I know you're probably like, Precious, where have you been? I have not posted for the last 2 weeks, and I do apologize in advance. I had no intentions of taking a break. However, I recently lost a family member, and it hit me more than I expected it to, which is what inspired today's video. I'm going to be talking about grief, which is a very heavy-hearted conversation. But so many feelings and thoughts and revelations came up from this recent loss, and I've just been allowing myself the space to process all of it and to just be, because it has transpired since then, but it has brought so many feelings to the surface. So all of that out of the way, let's talk about grief. By definition, grief is the response to the loss of something or someone important. I believe, but this could be a huge assumption, that almost all of us have experienced grief to some degree. The way in which we have experienced it varies, of course, and the way that we respond to it differs. Going through this recent loss, so much was revealed to me. I learned so much, and primarily what I learned is that I don't do well with loss. I take it very hardly, and it causes me to shut down. And it helped me to realize that is probably why I don't take risks, because I'm afraid to lose and I'm afraid of the impact it'll have on me. However, in spite of knowing that, what I have now discovered is that loss makes life worth living for. I was at my cousin's funeral and I was hit with this profound question, and it was, does life make death real, or does death make life real? And after I sat there thinking about it, I realized it is death that makes life real. It forces you to look at a person's life, or rather your experience with them, and as you reminisce on that, you realize they lived a life. Regardless of how long or short it may have been, they lived a life. And we wouldn't take the time to really acknowledge the life they lived if we didn't experience their loss or the loss of them. And so having these two polarizing understandings, I know that despite how hard loss may be for me, I have to learn that it is a part of life and that I need to embrace it and all that it teaches me and all that it has to offer, like everything else in life, in order to live my life to the highest standard. I think too often when we experience loss, we think that that person is gone forever, but I think we honor their legacy and we keep their memory alive by embodying the person that they are, and carrying out all that they have taught us or poured into us. And this cousin of mine really touched my heart since my teenage years. And now looking back, I realize that they have honestly motivated me to be the person I am today, or at least has been one of those motivators. I can't speak. For me being who I am today. Like, I remember being challenged as a kid having debates with this. At the time, I want to say they were like in their maybe early 20s, maybe late teens. But just looking up to them, like, one, being very grateful that they held space for me to have those type of conversations, and they didn't dilute me or make me feel small in any way. But also just challenging me, playing devil's advocate, making me expand my mind and helping me understand that my perspective is not the perspective or the only one to have. And I think that's why now I'm always challenging people, because it's just like, there's so much to life, and it's so much more than how we see it as black and white. And so I know I'm rambling right now, but I'm just embracing all of the good moments that I've had with this person, because I realize that even in their passing, they're teaching me and pouring into me. It's kind of crazy, but nonetheless, I was inspired to share 3 things that I learned from loss, in the hopes that you can see that there is always something to gain despite the circumstances. So, number 1 is honor the moments you have with your loved ones and make time for the people that you love. I think this is something that I've been learning over the years, is that no, tomorrow is not promised, and no, we don't have all the time in the world with the people that we love. So yes, we should make time and not make excuses for seeing and spending time with the people that we love. I know firsthand that there will be times where I'll want to make plans, or I will make plans, and then I'm too tired or I'm too busy. And it doesn't even have to be an in-person hangout or anything of that nature, but just picking up the phone when you are thinking about the people that you love, or they cross your mind and you're worried about them, or you're just want to acknowledge how much they mean to you, because unfortunately we oftentimes don't get that chance. The other part is forgiving the people that you love. Like, it's so easy for us to hold grudges and think that, oh, well, one day I'll get over it, or if they do this thing, then I'll forgive them. But again, tomorrow's not promised. So I don't want to live any day holding any type of grievance against someone that I love and that I care about, because although I'm hurt, I'd much rather be able to be open to connecting with them and embracing all the time that I have with them now, instead of regretting when or if they go, thinking that I could have done or said something differently to reconcile. So that was number 1. Embracing the people you love, honoring the people you love, spending time with the people you love, and forgiving the people you love, all in one. Okay? Number 2 is to live every day as if it were your last. I know that is so cliche, however, it's so true. Like, again, tomorrow's not promised. And I don't know if you guys have watched the recent Cat Williams interview, but he talked about how every night before he goes to bed, he reflects on his life from a perspective of, well, this might be my last day. I may not wake up tomorrow. If we can enter each day with that mentality that, hey, this could be my last day. How can I live it to the fullest? How can I show up my best? How can I enjoy every single moment that I have? We overlook so much, and I really just feel like this loss has helped me to realize that I want to do better and show up better. The third thing I want to point out about what I have learned from loss is really a question that I think we should all ask ourselves, and that is, how do you want to be remembered? What do you want the world to remember you as? What impact do you want to have on the people around you? And I know that's a big question, but I'm realizing that there's more to life than success, primarily understanding that regardless of what empire you may build, what company, business you may own, how much money you have, that doesn't equate to the way you made people feel. And I don't know about you, but I want to know that I left this world leaving people feeling better than how they were when I met them, if that makes sense. Meaning, when people come to celebrate my life, when this is all over, I want them to have felt like I touched their hearts, that I was a safe space, that I helped them to push beyond their limits and their comfort zones, and that I have taught them something, that I made them want to be all that they can be, that I inspired them, that I motivated them. If I can do that, then I have lived a successful life. And so out of all of those things, there are so many other lessons that I have learned, but I know that this loss has changed me forever in the best way possible. I now embrace life differently, but I also embrace loss differently. I'm more receptive to it, and it makes me want to go harder in life because I know that anything worth gaining requires us to lose. So, I know that was a lot. I honestly am still trying to find my flow and my groove and just get back into the swing of things here in the Lion's Pride. I appreciate you guys being here with me, staying for the conversation, and just supporting me nonetheless. I appreciate your love and the condolences in advance. I can't wait for the next conversation. If you haven't already, be sure to comment, subscribe, share to your fellow lions so that they know where we are learning, healing, and growing our minds, bodies, and souls. And more than anything, let me know if you have any lessons that loss has taught you. Maybe there's something I missed or I haven't thought about, or just your experience if you're feeling comfortable doing so. All right, I love you guys so much. Be easy.